Welcome New Prague area schools and New Prague area communities. My name is Tony Boothie, Director of Educational Services, and I'd like to welcome you to our second edition of Supt Talk. Supt Talk is aired both on the New Prague City TV channel and our own New Prague Schools website. I'd like to say good morning to Superintendent Mr. Tim Ditburner. Good morning, Mr. Ditburner.
Good morning.
We're here today with our Activities Director, Mr. Brad Skogerbo. Good morning, Mr. Skogerbo.
Good morning.
It is October 25th and fall sports are beginning to wind down a little bit, and some other activities are also winding down but also starting. We'd like to have you here today, Mr. Skogerbo, to talk a little bit about some of the fall sports and the fall activities that have been taking place, and then also to kind of talk about what's coming up. So why don't we just start out a little bit with the fall activities and fall sports that have taken place?
Sure. Both our boys and girls soccer teams completed their seasons with section play. Our football team just lost in the section quarterfinals last night to Waconia, and our tennis team is also done. But we do have, they had good seasons, but we have the upcoming section volleyball tournament, which we are hosting Mankato East tonight. We drew the number 6 seed playing Mankato East tonight. And we also have upcoming conference swim and dive at Hutchinson this week, and the section swim and dive meet next week. And then we also have the upcoming fall musical, November 17th, 18th, 19th, 25th, 26th, so, which is Legally Blonde. So that is some of the things that are coming up. And you know, we have finished some, but dance team has already started for the winter activities. Started here 2 days ago, and our new coach, Frankie McIntyre, is going to do a great job for that program.
All right. Well, let's go back to on the fall here. Even though their seasons are completed, why don't you talk about boys and girls soccer? Even, you know, we're still fairly new with the soccer program, and every year we see improvement. You want to talk about boys and girls soccer a little bit, just to recap?
Yeah, I think our boys program this year faced the number 1 seed in the section, Rochester Mayo, and lost a close 1-0 game. Talking to other schools we play, they've been extremely impressed with the progress that our boys soccer program has made. We had a group of strong seniors, great leadership there. So they had a great season, and I think we're going to continue to develop with Gospel Corda as our head coach. Our girls program didn't have as many seniors, had a lot of younger kids, but Matt Anderson is our first-year head coach, and Matt did a great job as well, and I think both programs are heading in the right direction.
That's great. And then cross country, you know, they got the section meet this week here tomorrow. Was able to do the conference meet. It was fun to see our kids compete. Girls did a great job. Hayden, the girls got first place.
They did, yes.
So you want to talk about that just briefly?
Yeah, the New Prague Golf Course, we hosted the conference, Wright County Conference meet there, and you know, the girls finished second, boys finished third. Extremely happy with the efforts of our coaches, Nick Meyer and Sean Brandt, and also very thankful to the New Prague Golf Course for allowing us to use their facility. They do have their conference meet coming up, or their section meet coming up on Thursday tomorrow, so we're hoping to get a few through and see what happens at the state tournament state meet the following week in Northfield.
In volleyball, probably the most successful season we've had in a long time.
Definitely.
And we're hosting, first time we were hosting a section game for a while.
Since 2012.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's great, and we are a young team. We've got some great, you know, I think there's 3 senior leaders that have done a great job, but we do have a fairly young team, and so I think that program is heading in the right direction as well. If we win tonight, then we go to Shakopee on Friday night. Again, they're the 3 seed, and we'll know what Shakopee's history is in volleyball, but I think it would be a great experience for our girls, and hopefully they can come out on top.
Brad, I was at the junior varsity swimming meet the other night. Pretty impressive as far as just the number of kids that were there, the number of teams, the facility. Maybe just talk a little bit about how the Aquatic Center has worked for us this year with the number of meets that we've had and those types of things.
Yeah, we generally had hosted maybe 3 to 4 home meets when we had it in Montgomery. Now we've been able to increase that number. This year we hosted 8 events, which was outstanding. This facility is unbelievable. Monday night we hosted 8 teams, roughly 250 swimmers and divers, and all the coaches and fans that go with it. And it was neat to see everybody's reaction when they came walking into our facility. You know, they're just they're in awe. We have plenty of room for people. We're able to use this room even for people to bring their concessions in here and eat. And we also had the gym open kind of for overflow for people if they want to just go and get out of the noise of the pool. They could go into the gym as well. So this is an unbelievable facility, and we're very lucky to have it.
All right, just I guess last thing is we go now ahead in the winter. You said dance team started. We got girls hockey starting next week. Everything else going off in November. So it'll be a very busy time, and looking forward to it.
It will be, and we have some new head coaches, and it's going to be fun to watch them develop. I know they're extremely excited about the upcoming seasons, and we have some talented kids. So we're going to hopefully put out a good product on the court, the ice, the floor, the mats, whatever the case might be.
And so a great winning experience.
Yes.
Well, thanks for all you do. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back with our next guest. Welcome back, everyone. We would really like to thank our activities director, Mr. Brad Skogerbo. Very busy time of the year, both fall sports, fall activities, and then the upcoming winter sports and winter activities. Always a lot to do. For our viewers, if you're looking for schedules, please go to the New Prague area website and click on high school activities. And then there's a link there that will take you to all of our Wright County Conference sports schedules. Otherwise, you can call the high school, call the activities department, and they can help you with any locations or dates and times for that also. Mr. Ditburner, we've got a pretty important upcoming November 7th levy referendum vote. I'd like to ask you a few questions about that. Sure. You've been making lots of different presentations to different groups, to community groups, to all kinds of folks wanting to ensure that they understand what is being voted on. And I've got just a few questions for you here, and you can intermix any other comments that you'd like folks to know. The school district passed a bond referendum in the spring of 2015. Why is the district asking for approval on another referendum already?
Yeah. Well, obviously the timing isn't the greatest, but in 2015 that was a bond referendum, which is for construction for buildings, and which we're just completing right now, a $58 million bond referendum. We had an operating levy referendum that was approved in 2011 and went into effect in 2013. It was for 5 years, and that's what's expiring this year. And so we're simply going for renewal of that existing operating levy referendum, and that's what the vote is. It's renewal plus a $100 increase to account for inflation.
Okay, and then we heard out there in the community, maybe a person or two had asked this question about the operating levy referendum is to help pay for the cost of the pool. Is that true?
No, that's not true at all. It's the pool, and I said this back before the 2015 vote for the construction of the pool, is that to operate a pool, there isn't a pool in Minnesota that you can break even at. That's going to be a loss, and the only way we do it is if we went with the city on it. And the average cost of a pool is about $120,000, and so with the city coming on, that would lessen that cost, obviously. But with all the amenities and everything that the city, we're hoping by our third year to really break even on that. But that's down the road, and so that was built in, and really we have a $40 million budget, and that's just a very, very small piece of the puzzle.
Okay, and then over 3 years ago, the school district kind of began with a technology one-to-one initiative. Is that raising expenditures and causing the need for increased money also?
No, when we started our technology plan, actually it's been 4 years now, and we went one-to-one, and we've got Chromebooks for each of our students in high school, middle school, and then for all of our classes at the elementary. Basically, it's a $500,000 budget, and we took from different areas. We took $170,000 for textbooks and workbooks from the curriculum area because we're doing more things online. We've changed the way we're doing things at our printing and copying office, that we're saving $50,000 a year there. We don't have a very expensive Microsoft Word licensure anymore. And we don't have computer labs anymore. For example, at the middle school, we used to have 2 computer labs, so we don't have that replacement cycle for our desktop computers and stuff like that. And there's a few other areas too, so we're just took from one area to another. So that really did not increase our costs and our budget at all.
Okay. The November 7th election is one question. Did the school board ever consider having 2 questions on that renewal?
Yep, we discussed that at length, whether to go 2 questions or 1 question. 2 questions, I mean, we could have gone first question just simply for renewal, with the second question increased by whether it's $100, $200, $300. A lot of school districts do that. When it all said and done, our school board decided not to go with that because probably the biggest reason is 1 question that they didn't want to go renewal because we'd have to be cutting, and we didn't want to cut programs and services. So decided just go 1 question, just like it was done back in 2011. That it's a renewal plus $100, something that's easy to understand and has very minimal tax impact on our taxpayers.
Okay. So for our homeowners out there that are watching, what is the tax impact on individual homes?
Well, the value of their property or home, it's $21 per $100,000. So for example, on a $200,000 house, the tax impact would be $42 per year. And you can do the math going lower or upper. We do have a tax calculator on our website, so you can look up the value, what the value of your home is, and put it in there and find out what the tax impact. But like I said, it's pretty minimal. One thing that's different, again, than the bond referendum. The bond referendum, I said, is for construction. This is operating levy. This is for our basic services, staffing, programs, that type of thing, heating, air conditioning, that type of thing, so our daily expenses. What's different too between the two is that on agriculture, it's farmers, for example, are only taxed on that homestead on that 1 acre. So what's on that 1 acre, whether it's a house and a garage or whatever the value it is, it's not taxed on all the acres like it used to be.
Okay. And then class sizes are always a big thing too with a lot of our community and the schools. If this levy referendum is passed, will that lower class sizes?
We've had that question asked. Like I said, we're maintaining, we're just sustaining or whatever. It's everything's staying the same. It's not like we're going to be able to decrease classes. And I'll say this for our elementary, we got very low class sizes. The 48 metropolitan school districts in the area around here, we have the 5th lowest class size at the elementary level, and it's been that way for the last 4 years. So we're proud of that. We want to maintain that. Obviously, if it doesn't pass, class size is going to go up. We're going to have to obviously make some cuts in staffing and programming and services, stuff like that. And hopefully we won't have to do that, but that's why there is a need for this. We're getting right now for local property taxes on this operating levy, it's $871 per student. We have about 4,100 students, and that's about 9% of our total revenue. We get 86% from the state, 9% local. This is that local part, but it's still important. And I will say this: the state average is $1,300. There's districts up in the metro that have, are getting $2,300 per student, but they don't have the tax impact because on residential homeowners like we do. Because of all the commercial and industry and stuff like that they have, so it lessens the impact. But we'll never have that. We're never going to get $2,300 per student, but I think we do a very good job with the money we do get and are very appreciative of the support of our community.
You know, there's just a couple weeks as this airs, it will definitely be before the vote. If someone's watching this, Tim, and they would like some more information or they do have some questions, do we have information on the New Prague Schools website? Can they call you?
Yeah, and we have, presentations coming up. I mean, obviously tonight, but next Monday would be that October 30th at Eagle View Elementary. But yeah, our website's got everything on there, a fact sheet, frequently asked questions. We have an email address, so if you have a question, you can just go to that email address that's right on the website, and then we'll come back with an answer. Or obviously, just call me. So, we want people to have all the information that they need.
All right. Well, there's a lot of good information on the November 7th levy referendum vote that will be taking place in the New Prague Area School District. Again, we'd like to thank Mr. Brad Skogable, our Activities Director, and we are in the new CEC Community Room. We thought we'd give you a little bit of a sneak peek into this room here, but we'd like to thank you very much, Mr. Debberner, for your time today, and if you ever have any questions, please feel free to contact the New Prague Area Schools. That's it for Soup Talk today, and we'll see you next month.